everyone, welcome back to GK Today. I am Sana and in this video we'll cover the current affairs. Before we move ahead, let me inform you that these questions are part of our daily 20 MCQ series 2022 in the GK Today's Android application. So if you are looking for the text version of these questions and their explanations along with the interactive quiz, you may consider joining our daily 20 MCQ series in the GK Today Android application. In this course in app, you get daily 20 MCQs, a fortnightly quiz, a monthly revision document, and also category-wise revision e-books that are optimized for reading on mobile. You are also able to access all archives of questions from January 2020 onwards. And let me tell you one more thing. If you want the Hindi version of this session, you can refer to our former channel named as GK Today. The link has been given in the description box from where you can reach to. So without taking much of your time, let's get started. Good morning everyone. Welcome back to GK Today. And today we'll be discussing most important MCQs for 28th of April 2022. Let's start. Which institution conducts the All India Household Consumer Expenditure Survey? So the All India Household Consumer Expenditure Survey is conducted by the National Statistical Office at every 5 years. So this survey, which helps to arrive at estimates of poverty levels, is set to resume this year after a prolonged break. So since 2011 to 12, India does not have any official estimate on per capita household spending, and it used to arrive at the estimates of poverty levels and to review the economic indicators like GDP, etc. And the government has scrapped the findings of the last survey, that is 2017 to 18, for data quality issue. Okay. Now coming to the question slide, let's see some of the important rankings and reports. How many Indians featured in the 2022 edition of Wisden 5 Cricketers of the Year list? So in this list, 2 Indians have been featured, and who are they? Jasprit Bumrah and Rohit Sharma. Okay. Do remember that leading man cricketer in the world in this year list is English Joe Root. Okay. And leading women cricketer in the world for this year is Lizelle Lee, and she is from South Africa. Also, leading T20 cricketer of the year is Mohammad Rizwan from the country Pakistan. Okay. Who topped the Forbes 36th annual World's Billionaire list of 2022? So this list has been topped by Elon Musk. Who was at the second position? Jeff Bezos from Amazon. Okay. Also don't forget that the maximum billionaires were found in USA, and then at second place it was China. Okay. How many Indians feature in the Forbes Billionaire list 2022? So total 166 Indians were featured in this year billionaire list. Last year this data was 140. The Constitution ST Order Amendment Bill was recently passed to include the Darlong tribal clan in the ST list in which state? So Tripura state has decided to include the Darlong tribal clan into its scheduled tribe list. According to a survey performed by the International Finance Corporation and the Dhaka Stock Exchange, which country tops the list in South Asia in terms of women on the board of listed companies? So in whole South Asia, the country Bangladesh has topped in terms of the number of women that were present on the board of listed companies. Who topped the 2022 M3M Huron Global Rich List issued by Huron Indian associated with Reality, which is a research and luxury publication group? So this has been topped by CEO of Tesla, Mr. Elon Musk. Okay. Do remember that Mukesh Ambani from India is the only one to feature in this list from the India side. Okay. According to a research by the global consulting company Deloitte, which Indian brand is placed 56th in the top 250 list? So Reliance Retail has been placed at 56th position in this list. Fine. Next question. Which is the venue of the Khelo India University Games 2021 being held in April to May 2022? So the Khelo India University Games is being hosted in Bangalore from 24th of April 2022 up to 3rd of May 2022, and over 4,500 participants from 190 universities across the country are competing with each other at the Khelo India University Game. So the athletes will participate across 20 different sports, including indigenous sports as well. For example, Yogasana and Malla Khamba. Okay. And what is the mascot of this game? It is Veera, which is a kind of elephant. Fine. Let's see some of the important venues. Which is the venue of the India Art Fair 2022? So the India Art Fair is set to be organized at New Delhi after this year's break due to the COVID-19 pandemic. And it is the biggest event for Indian art and artists to focus on trade and network. And this year's event will be the 13th edition of this fair. Okay. Which is the venue of the India Pharmaceutical and Medical Device Conference 2022? Again, answer is New Delhi. Which is the venue of the Council of the Foreign Ministers meeting of the Organization of Islamic Cooperation? The venue for this is Islamabad from the country Pakistan. Which is the venue of the FASA International Championships World Para Athletics Grand Prix 2022? So the venue of FASA International Championship is Dubai. Which is the venue of the India Global Forum event in 2022? Answer is Bangalore. Which is the venue of the 2022 ICC Women's Cricket World Cup? So venue of this World Cup was New Zealand. And which country has won the ICC Women's Cricket World Cup recently? It is Australia. And it has won this title by defeating the country England. Which is the venue of the 2022 ISSF World Cup? Answer is Cairo from Egypt. Which country has won this championship? Answer is India. So total India has won 7 medals, out of which 4 were gold, 2 were silver and 1 was bronze. Fine. Second country in this ranking was Norway and the third was the country France. Okay. Next question. Dudhwani, India's first community radio station, has been inaugurated in which state? So Prime Minister Narendra Modi has inaugurated a community radio station named as the Dudhwani, which has been dedicated to animal husbandry. And it has been set up at Gujarat, and this radio station will connect over 5 lakh dairy farmers across 1700 villages in the state. Also to remember that this is the country's first community radio station that has been dedicated to the cattle breeders. Okay. Now let's see some of the important things that have been inaugurated recently. Regional Dialogue, which was inaugurated recently, is a conference in which field? So Regional Dialogue is India's flagship foreign policy and geo-economics conference. So Prime Minister Narendra Modi inaugurated the 7th edition of this event with the President of European Union Commission. Okay. So over 200 speakers from across 90 countries are participating in this edition, and the conference is a joint venture of Ministry of External Affairs and think tank Observer Research Foundation. Okay. And this year theme is Terra Nova, Impassioned, Impatient and Imperiled. Okay. So this was the whole theme. So correct answer would be foreign policy. Which city inaugurated the country's first ever digital bus service? What would be answer? It is Mumbai. India's first portable solar rooftop system was inaugurated at which city? So answer is Gandhinagar in Gujarat. I'm sorry, last time I think here I said the answer is Washington DC, but obviously it is very absurd answer. I don't know how I said it, but yes, my mistake. Answer is Gandhinagar, Gujarat. The second statue of Hanumanji Chardham project has been inaugurated in the Morbi in which state? So 4 statues of Hanumanji have to be installed in the country, and the first statue has already been installed in Himachal Pradesh in Shimla, and the second one has been recently inaugurated in the state of Gujarat. Third is under construction in South. Okay. Nada Peth Seema Darshan project was inaugurated in which Indian state? So this has been inaugurated in Gujarat. In which city was the Decentralized Waste Management Technology Park recently inaugurated? So it has been inaugurated in East Delhi. India's first 100% women-owned FLO means Vicky Ladies Organization Industrial Park was inaugurated in which city? The city is Hyderabad. Okay. Next question. Which country accounted for 82% of all malaria death in the Southeast Asian region? So the World Malaria Report of 2021 of the World Health Organization shows that India accounted for about 82% of all malaria deaths in the Southeast region. However, it is the only high burden country to sustain a reduction in the malaria disease burden. And we observe the World Malaria Day on 25th of April every year, and this year theme was Harness Innovation to Reduce the Malaria Disease Burden and Save Lives. Okay, so this was the whole theme for this day. Let's see some of the important international current affairs. Strontium, which was seen in the news recently, is a hacking group of which country? So Microsoft has recently announced that it had disrupted the cyber attacks from a Russian nation state hacking group called Strontium. Okay, so this hacking group targeted Ukrainian firms, media companies, government bodies and think tanks in the US and the European Union. And apart from Microsoft, security firms, government agencies and researchers have been watching the attack group, which has been operational for over 1.5 decades. Okay, so this is a hacking group of Russia country. Which country's space agency released the Space Equity Action Plan? So NASA has recently released Space Equity Action Plan to make space more accessible, and it aims to provide opportunity in the underserved and underrepresented communities in the federal government. Okay, so actually in the year 2021, NASA spent nearly $19.6 billion on goods and services, but only 10% of the total expenditure was provided to the small disadvantaged business. Okay, so correct answer would be USA. Emmanuel Macron has won the presidential election of which country? So he has won the presidential election of France recently, and with this he became the first French leader to be re-elected to the office in past 20 years. Okay, India recently signed Memorandum of Understandings on Nuclear Energy Partnership and the Global Innovation Partnership with which country? This country is UK. Which country won the Lock Shields 2022 Cyber Defense Exercise? Answer is Finland. Kieron Pollard, who announced the retirement from the international cricket, represented which country? So he is a player from the country West Indies. Okay. Next question. Which global institution is associated with the Digital Services Act, which was seen in the news recently? So the European Parliament and European Union member states had reached a political agreement on the Digital Services Act. So it is a kind of landmark legislation to force the big internet companies to act against the disinformation and illegal and harmful content. And also it aims to provide better protection for the internet users and their fundamental rights. So it will apply to a large category of online services, from simple websites to internet infrastructure services and the online platform. Okay, so correct answer is European Union. Let's see some of the important bills that were in news. Poison bill, which was seen in the news recently, is associated with which field? We have talked about this bill in a detailed manner earlier, so here we'll keep it short. Answer is acquisition of company. Which country has announced a $51 billion external debt default? This country is Sri Lanka. Which state passed a bill seeking to regulate the stray cattle in the urban areas of the state? So this initiative is of Gujarat. The Lok Sabha passed a bill to merge the 3 municipal corporations of which city into a single entity. So now the 3 municipal corporations of Delhi would be merged to form a single entity. Which country proposed $1.8 billion to support a free and secure Indo-Pacific region? This country is USA. Which country recently approved a bill to provide the $52 billion in subsidies for semiconductor chips manufacturing? Again, answer is USA. Now, a few days back, USA was also in news because of its Competition Act of 2022, if you remember, right? You have to tell me what is the full form of this acronym Competition. Do let me know in the comments. Next question. Pranahita Pushkaralu is a famous festival celebrated in which Indian state? So this is a mega river festival that is dedicated to worshipping the Pranahita, which is a tributary of the river Godavari in the state of Telangana. So this festival was celebrated for the first time following the creation of Telangana state, and it started at the venues created on the shores of Pranahita. Okay, so over 6 lakh devotees from Telangana, Andhra Pradesh, Maharashtra, Chhattisgarh and Karnataka took part in the 12-day long festival. Okay, only thing important is this is the festival from Telangana. Now in the next slide we will see some of the important festivals that can be asked in your exam as a static GK part. In which Indian state is the Motsu festival famous? So this is a festival of the state Nagaland. In which district of Rajasthan is the desert festival famous? It is famous in the Jaisalmer district of Rajasthan. Vamana avatar of Vishnu is associated with which festival? It is related to Onam, and Onam is celebrated in which state? In Kerala. In which part of India is the Hemis Gompa festival celebrated? It is celebrated in the Union Territory of Ladakh. In which state of India is the Khajuraho dance festival celebrated? The name itself says it is from Madhya Pradesh. Sare Gul Farosha is a secular festival organized in which state or Union Territory? So this is a secular festival from New Delhi. Sagadawa is a Buddhist festival celebrated in which state of India? Answer is Sikkim. Hornbill festival is celebrated on. This question is very important and many times it has been asked in various exams. Answer is Nagaland. Fine. Next question. Pali, India's first carbon neutral panchayat, is situated in which state or the Union Territory? So Pali, which is situated in Jammu and Kashmir's border district of Samba, recently became the country's first carbon neutral panchayat. And Prime Minister Narendra Modi recently dedicated to the nation a 500 kV solar plant that has been installed in a record time of nearly 3 weeks. So under the Gram Urja Swaraj program, 1500 solar panels will provide in a total area of 6,408 square meters, will provide the clean electricity to 340 houses in the model panchayat. Okay. Now in the next slide we will see some of the important questions regarding carbon emission or carbon capture thing. In which country the world's first negative emission carbon capture plant begins its operation? This country is Iceland. Which is the first Indian state to introduce the carbon neutral farming methods? So the first time this type of initiative has been taken by the state Kerala. Which global association proposed the world's first carbon tariff? This is European Union. Which institution organized the National Innovation Conclave on Low Carbon Technologies? Answer is Bureau of Energy Efficiency. As per a recent study, which national park of India is releasing more carbon than it is absorbing? This is the Kaziranga National Park from the state Assam. Okay. And do remember that there is one more national park in Assam called Orang National Park. And it was in news because recently the state government has decided to increase its area up to 3 times. And now you have to tell me how many national parks are there in the state of Assam. Do let me know in the comments. Next question. Which is the venue of the India Art Fair 2022? So just we have talked about it. It is the biggest event for Indian art and artists that focuses on trade and networking. Okay. And this is the 13th edition of India Art Fair, which is to be held in New Delhi. Right. Now coming to the question slide. Which city is the host of the Global Ayush Investment and Innovation Summit 2022? Answer is Gandhinagar. from the state of Gujarat. Who has been appointed as the coordinator for the G20 summit to be hosted by India in 2023? This is Mr. Harshvardhan Shringla. You have to tell me who is our new foreign secretary. Which is the host country of COP28 climate summit in 2023? This is UAE. And for COP27, the host would be Egypt. Which country is the host of the 5th BIMSTEC summit in 2022? This country is Sri Lanka. Don't forget to tell me how many countries comes under BIMSTEC. Which city is the host of the Mega International Summit on MSMEs 2022? This is New Delhi. The annual summit of the India Global Forum is held in which state? Answer is Karnataka state. Right? Next question. Which union ministry has partnered with the United Nations Development Programme for the localization of the Sustainable Development Goals? So the Union Ministry of Panchayati Raj and the United Nations Development Programme have signed an agreement to collaborate in the areas of knowledge sharing and strengthening the localization of the Sustainable Development Goals. Okay, so this partnership will help in focusing on Panchayati Raj institutions, which is actually a critical component of local self-governance while planning and implementing the programs. Okay, now coming to the question slide. In the Sustainable Development Report 2021 or the Sustainable Development Index 2021, India has been ranked at what position? So in this, India has been ranked at 120th place. Which is the first country in this report? It is Finland. Second is Sweden. And the third country is Denmark. Okay. Which institution released the draft framework on sustainable and sustainability linked lending? This is IFSCA. What is the full form? International Financial Services Centers Authority. National Institute of Urban Affairs signed the Memorandum of Understanding with which institution to collaborate on the Sustainable Cities India program? This is the World Economic Forum. Headquarters lies in Switzerland. Sustainable International Financing Scheme is associated with which global association? Answer is G20. Do remember that India would be presiding the G20 from 1st of December 2022 up to 30th of November 2023. Fine. Can you tell me who is the current G20 president? Do let me know in the comments. What is the rank of India in the USGBC 2021 Global List for Sustainable Spaces? So India's rank in this list is 3rd. What is USGBC? United States Green Building Council. Okay, and within India, which state was at the top? Maharashtra. Second was Karnataka, and third was Tamil Nadu. Which Indian state or union territory launched the mission Bhagiratha to make the sustainable drinking water sources? This is the state Telangana. Fine. Next question. Which state's e-proposal system has won the Champion Project Award in the UN WSIS Prizes 2022? So the e-proposal system of Meghalaya's Planning Department has won this prestigious award where? At World Summit on the Information Society Forum Prizes. Okay, so this system is a part of Meghalaya government's flagship program, Meghalaya Enterprise Architecture, and Meghalaya's project was awarded as champion project in the category the role of governments and all the stakeholders in the promotion of ICTs for the development. Okay, let's see some of the important sport related current affair. Stefanos Tsitsipas, who won the Monte Carlo Masters 2022, is a tennis player from which country? Answer is Greece. Which team won the men's title in the 71st Senior National Basketball Championship? This is Tamil Nadu. Which Indian chess player won the 2022 Reykjavik Open tournament? Answer is Pragnanandha R. Which racing driver won the Australian Grand Prix 2022 tournament? Answer is Charles Leclerc. You have to tell me who has recently won the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix 2022. Deepika Pallikal, who won the mixed doubles and the women's doubles title recently, plays which game? So she is related to the game squash. Okay. Now let's start with today's quiz. Here on the slide you can see 5 questions. which have been taken from the past 2-3 days current affairs. Pause the video and try to solve each of these questions. And at the end of the lecture, do not forget to share your scores in the comment section. So please be honest and do not cheat with yourself. So that's it for today. I hope you have liked the session. These were the important news and events from today, and we will meet again tomorrow with some more important current affairs. Till then, stay tuned. Thank you so much for watching, and please do not forget to subscribe to GK Today. With this, me Sana signing off.